Greetings, my Rantians. Hope you all are doing well today, and welcome to the start of the One Island Challenge versus Expert AI and only using sailing ships. Oh boy, I'm already feeling the pain. Yeah, when I initially wrote that and put it on that poll, I was regretting my life decisions, and now that it won by a landslide, I'm really regretting my life decisions. But nevertheless, we are here. The voices of the people have been heard. We are going to make this happen. Thank you to everyone who participated in the poll. I really appreciate it. If you guys are new here, please consider checking out the channel. I'm really doing my best to reach 10,000 Ranties by the end of the year. Manifesting it. Would love for you to be a part of our growing community. It's right over there. Feel free to check out what we have going on. And also Discord and Instagram links are available in the link in the description, excuse me, of every video, along with the main channel page. Sorry, I was trying to swallow at the same time. Definitely not a good idea. At any rate, we are going to start this off right the heck now. We're just not going to wait. There's no point in waiting. There's no point in stalling. We're going to do this. We're going with less guidance, because who needs guidance in the year of our Lord 2025? Actually, I do, on many different levels. I usually go with this guy. You know what? I want to go with the Savvy Investor. How about that? I've never used this dude's portrait. I'm going to do it this time. And there's only one of these logos I'm going to pick, and that is this one. This is part of the mod pack of the Rantian Imperium ornaments made by my epic community, and I'm not changing it to anything else. But I am thinking about maybe changing the color. Maybe go to purple this time. Yeah, let's try regal purple. Maybe no. Anno Domino. I kind of like that name, but no. Oh, that was actually kind of interesting. James Fitzroy. I have a feeling this guy he definitely fits the James Fitzroy persona. Okay, we have to turn off a couple of these content packs. Sunken Treasures for sure. The Passage, we're not going to need either of these. We're not going there. Seed of Power, Bright Harvest, they're fine. Land of the Lions can be turned off. We definitely need Docklands in this one. Tourist Season and High Life can both be turned off. I highly doubt we're going to even be considering anything as far as skyscrapers are concerned, so that can go. And tourists, we don't give a damn about tourists by default, so who cares? Empire of the Skies would just break it too much, so we're not going to worry about airships. We're just focusing on sailing ships. That is the challenge here. And New World Rising is just way too broken in this particular scenario, because, I mean, if we want to colonize one island in the New World, we kind of would default to Manola, but we don't want to do that. We want to just colonize another one of the islands that are over there, and we'll turn this one off. So let's head on through to the other options. Go to custom. Something a little quirky I like to do. It's weird, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Random map seed 8651. All right. We're going to hope and pray this is a good one. Starting world size, small. Island size, we're going to keep it large. Island difficulty, I'm going to make it, you know what? I'll keep that normal. Fertility, we'll keep it on plenty. And mineral deposits, we'll keep it on plenty, because this is legit the only island that we have. And I am thinking corners or snowflake. I think I'm going with corners. How about that? Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, I don't know why they're faded. That really does not bode well right now. But we're going to put in all the expert AI.
My truth is the rattle.
This psychopath. I actually do like Admiral Vicente Silva, but I think he's pretty badass. And we're going to let Crazy Marge out of prison for this one, so she has a fighting chance. How about that?
I've been looking forward to...
Yep. You don't need to say anything. I know. All right, Madam Kahina, Eli, and Isabel off. Okay, we are not going to be playing with these individuals. We're only going to legit have Archibald Blake in this, and he's not going to pay a lot for soap. So we can't do the whole soap thingamabobber. We can trade stuff to Archie, so hopefully he might be close, but I highly doubt it. Income low, inactive income definitely on. We're going to have to pay for relocations. Building relocations off, construction cost refunds, excuse me. I can read, I promise. Trading post restocks rare is good. City incidents hard. Quest frequency on rare. Influence low, good. No ship. Standard harbor, large capital. How about, why are we... Okay, now we got it to that. Okay, revealed map off. How about that? If we do this, yeah, I think that was the cheese. I didn't necessarily want to have the revealed map on, but I did kind of want to have the large at least to start off. Okay, and as far as victory conditions are concerned, I'm thinking if we can successfully build, like, I don't know, the World's Fair, or at least have a certain investor population size, I think that's what we'll call it. Because we're going up against the most difficult AI and, like, essentially only having one island. So, without further ado, let's get this going. And I'm only going to keep my Rantian Imperium ornaments, but that is because that's absolutely necessary for our banners. Okay, now we pray to our Jesus. Please make our island be in a place that is right next to the border so we can get it to the New World very, very easy. Oh god, here we go. Well, we're not. That is not good because there's definitely somebody in between us. But the island is pretty sick. The island is really freaking sick. But you know what? I'm going to change its name. We're going to change it to the island of Rowan over here. And we do have a really defensible position over here in our main harbor area. I like this. Yeah, I like this a lot. So without further ado, let's just get this road on the show. And I'm going to build up 2 roads. We're going to get this going. And we'll take a look-see at all of our resources here in a bit. I can already tell we are lacking for zinc. That's the only one that we need. The rest we have, I kind of like having 4 clay deposits is a little bit overkill. I'd never play with 4. Unless it's on an industrial island, but that's a whole different story. We need to get our lumberjack huts going. And I think as far as the settlement is concerned, we can probably start building it over here because I want to use the main harbor area to get the... or do I necessarily have to? No, I don't. I can start building them back here. That's no big deal. Get over here. We're going to put down our first warehouse, and we're going to have to be relatively fast with this one. I want to get 2 of these guys built up, and then 2 of these. We definitely do not have a workforce here, period, the end. So let's get that all situated, and now we build ourselves the town. I actually kind of like the way this is positioned, so I'm going to do it like that right there. And let's get our first farmers in here ASP. Great, first milestone. Love to see it. So the expert AI, guaranteed by now, more than likely, is at workers. And we've been in this for what, 2 minutes? Listen, I've seen Crazy Marge pull some really, really weird, broken BS, okay? She, on an island I had before that had no clay deposits on it whatsoever, she was building brick factories. So that's really great, isn't it? Love it when the AI decides it just wants to cheat like no tomorrow. Okay, put that road to there. I'm trying to see if there are any more resources. There is this clay deposit all the way down here, so we're gonna have to set that up. This is a crazy good island. A crazy good. The problem is its position. So I think if we're gonna be trading at all, we have to skirt along this corridor. This corridor, and that's the only one we can do. And if they try to attack us, this is the only place they can go, for the most part. If we put everything here, that would be ideal. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try to expand the settlement, at least with blueprints. Because I don't have any timber in here to at least get that going. And it's going to look a little bit static, you know, because obviously I'm not necessarily going for a beauty build here. We might, like, potentially later on, but I think the real point right now that we have to stick to is survival. We definitely need to survive whatever onslaught is here, because those AI are definitely hostile. They are very hostile. I don't have ships to do quests for them, so we're gonna have to get this going as quickly as possible.
Every field has its weeds.
Yeah, hey, can you all do me a favor? Can you hurry the hell up with this timber production, because I need it. Like, really freaking bad, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm already nervous. You know, you ever get those, like, nervous sweats, or your body starts to do weird things? Yeah, that's kind of what's happening right now with me. Imagine challenges becoming my main thing. Oh, God. Lord, no, please. Okay, we got 2 more timber out here. I'm going to build this house. I want to get this going as quickly as possible. We do have 15 people here, so build those 2 and build those, because I really want to get that going. And now we have access to the 1-pound fish. Let's go. What do we need for the 1-pound fish? We need more people anyway. So we'll connect that up. build that first fishery. And while we're at it, I put my Rantian Imperium ornaments over here, which are all banners, right for now. You know, I think the guys are working on a whole bunch of billboards and stuff, which is really, really sick. And I find it, you know, awesome that my community has reached the point that I legitimately have a mod in this game. That is awesome. I'll put the link for it in the description if you guys want to take a look-see at and play around with it. But now, we're putting down some of our banners. Banner. Banner. Neat. Yes, I will 100% use my money on that. It is a worthwhile investment. These people need to be filled with pride, okay? Pride in the fact that you're here. Pride in your city. Pride in your Imperium, which you are a part of. Oh, we did already have some 1 pound fish in here. Oh, okay.
What brings you here, master?
1 pound fish, clearly. Build that up. Hoping these guys can get enough timber out here. A lot of it has to do with the fact that this warehouse is getting overloaded, so it is what it is. I'd like to at least get a majority of these blocks up.
You reached a new milestone.
Okay, yeah, I know, Arhan. I know how ornaments work, my guy. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not that crazy. I mean, I kind of am. But I think what I'm going to do is I want to get farm fields and such built up on one specific location, and then industry is going to be on another. Or perhaps we can have the industrial quarter at the top there. I think that's probably going to be a good spot for it. But we are going to have to give everybody what they would want, even as far as their happiness needs are concerned. So we're going to start off getting some of the schnapps production going right the heck now. And I really like building farms like right up against these particular cliffs and whatnot, so I'm going to continue doing that. I think it just looks nice. Not sure when we get to tractors and all that good stuff, if we can get to tractors, whether we're going to stick to these locations and the ways that I'm putting them, but potentially, I'm not sure. Hell, I'm not even sure how many episodes we're going to be even getting. Because these AI, they go hard, man. They go real hard. I don't know, as far as like maybe cattle and stuff like that, maybe we can have them down here. Yeah. I don't want them in the city. You know, that's just one thing that'll irk me. So let's get a sheep farm over here. Get a sheep farm over here. I might as well build a second one, and I have to wait for some timber to come in. I'm going to get the warehouses position. Oh, it'd been cool if it actually stayed there. Let's get the warehouse over there. Our people are not particularly happy. We're going to have to give them a pub. Build that right in the middle. So that takes priority, followed by getting a warehouse to these people as quickly as possible. I'll put the warehouse here. And pre-planning where I want the schnapps distilleries, I'll just have them on the other side of the road. No, don't build them. Thank you. 1 and 2. 2 schnapps distilleries. Build this first so our people can be happy. We need to essentially get to the point of making sales, because if we can get some sales, we can get some ships out there and I can start searching around. And for you channel veterans, no, the Scrubbing Buddy is not coming here. I refuse to put that ship in harm's way. I legitimately refuse. For those of you who don't know what that is, the Scrubbing Buddy is our #1 ship. It is a schooner that saved us during the expert campaign, and it is one of the best ships of the Imperium, guaranteed. Okay, get this one going. I'd like to at least start with the whole potatoes and all that good stuff. I think I'm going to have to increase the amount of timber coming out, because it is rather slow in it. Or is it just me being impatient? It could very well be the latter. But because we're in a press for time situation, we want to make sure that we have enough resources coming out here. And right now, getting timber made is probably going to be like the most important, so we can at least get our footing, build up as much as we possibly can, as quickly as we can, and be able to somehow be enough of a deterrent for the other opponents, which we don't even see yet. But so far, settlement's looking pretty nice. I want to put in a fire station as well, because, you know, the most random of things is going to happen here. Guaranteed. Another one over here. I want to imagine anything woodworking is gonna be fine, right? Nothing's gonna burn down. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry. It's all Gucci. Put this one here. You know what? These ones are a problem. Build them up. We can have like the I guess like dirty type production chains in the front too. Maybe like with the work clothes and all that good stuff. I think that would be just fine. 1 pound fish still doing pretty good. We're getting 24 timber out of here relatively fast. Look at that. That's awesome. Build up one of the distilleries and then build that up. We're going to need a couple more homes. How many people go into each? So 7? 8. Okay, 8 farmers per home without the work clothes. Got it. But we need to get to the point of having work clothes anyway. So with these guys started up, plus the silos that come later, we should theoretically be good. I'm going to change the skin for this, man. I will do a little bit of beautification, okay? I have to. It's just who I am. I do kind of like that market. What if we make it Eldritch theme all over here? Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Can't do it fully, but we can do our best. And then I'm thinking colorful skins for these guys. Yeah, colorful. Pretty. Love to see it. 6. I'd like to get these guys then. Oh, we got up to 8. Cool. And definitely need to have another one of these fisheries going as quickly as possible, too. And I think later on, the docklands will probably have to be in the middle here, just so I can protect it as much as I possibly can. The other harbor areas are not large enough for the docklands, and they would be in the line of fire like no tomorrow. This is the only one that'll be worth a damn. 100%. Okay, now, we need to get up to 10 so we can build up the first warehouse over back here, which we now have, and we'll start getting in some wool. Probably will increase the amount of the production on this at some point, but I'm going to blueprint it and put it right behind. Even though we're more than likely going to have to change out, just in general, this whole thing once we have silos. Because if not, they're all just going to look terrible and they won't be able to act as effectively as I want them to. I really want... Optimization is going to be our best friend. So that means also doing some expeditions here and there is not going to be a bad idea. And I typically don't. How are we doing with the fish now? Fish still good. Schnapp's still good. Everyone's happy? Great. Love to see it. Now, what'll make me even happier is by having framework knitters. And I really like 50 farmers for a framework knitter. Yay. Love to see it. So great. So great. Boom. I have 9 people in deficit right now. Ooh, get these 2. Get that. And that one. Okay. Hopefully the 1 should suffice, right? Barely. Barely. Same with the schnapps. You love it. You love it, don't you? All of these can potentially be... All this spot can be for potato farms, if I'm being totally honest with you. So I'll put 1 potato farm back here. Build it up already. 'Cause I do need to make money. That's also a very, very legitimate thing. I have to make money the legit way, too. Because I have no clue where Archie is. I legitimately have no clue where our boy is. Oh, what's this?
You can make better what's already gold.
What you want? Bloody hounds have the whole neighborhood terrorized. Well, okay.
I shouldn't ask. We've all we've ever wished for.
Then, okay. Well, here are the dogs. At least it's easy to find them this time. When you build a settlement later on that's massive and then trying to have a pickup quest like this, it's hell. Don't bite the kid.
Keen as a 3-leg goat.
Okay, well, we don't even have a ship to put the mate in, so no big deal. Get the next fishery built up, and then we are going to build as many homes as we possibly can. I do like that the timber production seems to be very, very strong, so we'll keep that momentum going. It looks like this home... Oh, you still do. Okay, cool. I was worried that this house did not have access to the marketplace, which it does. Happy to see it. Those 2 right there. These guys right over here. Need to pre-plan as many homes as possible. Because we have a lot of mouths to feed, and they need to pay us money in order to survive. We need to survive. It's important. It's a happy balance, you know. You all know the drill. You played Anno 1800 enough, you get it. Get another one of the Stab Distilleries built up, and then the Framework Knitters, we are definitely going to have to build a second one, and I'm put it right over here. Even though we don't have enough people, it'll populate. There's going to be enough anyway. And those guys, perfect. Now I have to change
count our
their skin.
blessings every day.
Good, good. Can you count the blessings a little bit faster so we can get up to workers, at least in this first episode? And what I'm going to experiment with, everybody, is... Normally, I make videos that are hour-long ones. With this particular series, I'm going to try to make it a little bit shorter. Like 35 minutes to 40, and I want to see just what the reception is and go from there. I feel like with this particular campaign, or because it'll probably be on the shorter end of things, it might be a better model for it, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain. We'll find out. I think ultimately I'm going to get the fisheries over on this side, if I am being completely honest with you. Yeah, because we can build them out this way, and we can use fish in the docklands when we built it up. That'll be very crucial. How are we doing with everything else? It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. We built at least half of the settlement, so I think I will like to go over here to build out the fisheries like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. At least pre-plan it. 5, 6, 7. That's going to be 7 fisheries out here. We'll have to put a warehouse pretty close. I'm hoping this position is good for it, but if not, let's go ahead and do this really quick. And I have to be really careful because everything that I'm doing, it's costing money. So we have to put it in blueprint mode. Build this first, and then... yeah, build these two over here instead, and then get rid of these guys. And that road. Cool. Great. We're getting to the point of we're kind of making money, but relying on farmers to give us money is really a bad idea. As far as their lifestyle needs are concerned, I can consider it later on just to get some more people, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to be as important. Build those up, and now we have to really consider building some worker homes because we're going to have to get to the clay deposits as quickly as possible. And they'll pay us more money for the schnapps, and I will be keeping schnapps going for the long term, which is completely unlike me. I don't ever like building schnapps production buildings at all. All right, what's wrong with you guys? You're taking forever? Okay, well, that's a big shocker. Build those. Get these guys. And now we're in the green already. Population size was probably booming. 642 farmers, which is nice. Get them to all have the same skin. Now, if I had to guess, this is where another one of the NPCs are. Maybe? Wait, what's that? Oh, it's probably a little island. Sometimes you can just pan the camera like this and kind of find who is where. It's difficult. Like, I have a feeling that is not Anne's Harbor. Okay. Is this Archie's? No. So Archie might be close to us. Oh, no, this is Anne's Harbor. Okay, so Anne is dead center. We should remember that. Maybe Archie is close to us. I think this is him. Is he really this close? Archie is literally this close. Oh my god, my boy. Dude, I had no clue. We're neighbors. Awesome. Well, how the hell are we going to have a fire? Why does this game allow me to have any fun at all? Like, number one, you guys didn't hear the announcer say a damn thing, right? And now we have a fire? Okay. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm the problem. I am the problem. Here. Get another fire station there. Because some farmer thought it was a good idea to leave the stove on and go to work. No, no, fantastic. 10 out of 10. I need to get some worker homes now. Can I do that? Okay.
You reached a new milestone.
Yeah, great. Hey, listen, I need you guys to drink more of those schnapps, and I need you to pay me more money. Okay, how about that? Can't give them anything from here, but at least they're getting 2. And then we unfortunately...
That's all we ask.
We unfortunately do not have the capability of having hops here, but we have red peppers for our canneries. Ugh, gross. Canneries. Hate them. Okay. Get the clay deposits all pre-planned with blueprints. I think it's more than likely going to be the first place to do it. And we're going to have to get started on this as quickly as possible because, well, quite frankly, we need to increase our population size, and they're the only ones that can give us a lot of money right now. And as far as their skins, we're going Victorian, which this is part of the Eldritch pack, if you guys didn't know. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm going to change out the building skin for the fire station. I'm going to do something weird. Hold on. Yeah, how about that? We make it a pirate theme. I don't even know why. I think it's kind of funny. We'll keep it as the pirate theme. I'm gonna get this clay pit built up. That is too far away from a warehouse. I don't particularly like that. And I know this is gonna screw with my maintenance costs a little bit. It's only 20. Shouldn't be too bad. Build that up because I need that going. And then I think the next one should be this guy. Yeah, should be this clay pit. Potentially we can sell off the clay and the bricks if we are so inclined to do so. And then we're trying to get up to the sails because I would really like to start making some ships. And even, you know what, we can sell the ships to Archie. That's not a bad idea. And to get these guys to have silos. That'll be very, very important. We only have 13 timber over here. Let's try to get some more homes. And take a look again at the schnapps production. So schnapps is kind of becoming a little sus. 1 pound fish still good. Work clothes needs a little bit of TLC. So first things first, get another one of these. We need an ASP. So that's now a 1-to-1 with each of these guys. Not ideal, but we'll do fine. Another framework knitter building positioned, and I think I'll build up this sheep farm just based off its proximity to the warehouse right over here. Should be good with all that. 13, 15. Okay, you guys really need to hurry it up. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this really quick. Y'all are getting enough out of me anyway, so hurry the hell up. And you can do this until you unlock the police stations, by the way. You can exploit the populace a little bit. They're plus 25. They'll be fine. They'll be just fine. Build those. I can only build 2. God bless. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. This game's so pretty. I like it. We need more banners. We need more banners out in here. What other banners should we put down? Rantian naval banners, Air Force. Yeah, that's the green one. I do like the Land Alliance banner. It's a black and a gold, and I always like. This is like my favorite color scheme of all time. I do like it. You know what? Hold up. Where is the Eldritch theme pack? I'm just gonna put this over here. Yes, I am legitimately doing beautification whilst this whole shindig is going on. Let's do this. 2 of those. 2 of those. 2 of those. Right in front. Yeah, there we go. We need to get the brick factories going. So I said that we're going to get all the industry and stuff on top of this like hill type area over here. And I'm still going to stick to that. We have 4 clay deposits, so that means we can technically have 8 brick factories. I don't think we're going to need to have all 8. I think at max we can have 6 and then provide some of the clay to our artisans because they will in fact appreciate it quite a bit. 1, 2 for now. And we'll need to have a warehouse, so we'll put the warehouse right over here. Build that up. We need to get a couple more of our workers up.
You reached a new milestone.
Cool. Port Town. I didn't think we'd get this far in the first episode. We need to have the church in a good spot, too. Church can probably go... Wait a minute. Church can probably go right in the front. Yeah, why not? Never built the church right in the front. And now we have access to the sails, which is what I would definitely like to start working on right now. Considering how it is technically a production stuff, like everything else we're doing, I'm going to put it up here, the sail makers. We're going to need the bricks, so get these guys going right now. We're going to need another fire station over in this corner. Love to see it. You know, I could probably change these out too. Oh, no, I can't. I'm so used to playing this game with mods now. That's my problem. I'm so used to playing with the mods that I just completely forget that... Wait, how come the buildings changed? Excuse me? Oh, I probably pressed on the wrong one. Oops. I'm so used to playing this game with mods that I feel like I can change the skin of the warehouse now, too. I can only change the skin of these guys and, like, maybe the police stations. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We need to get to the bread chain, which we have it over here. And seeing as how the grain farms are so ridiculously large, this is probably going to be the best place to put them. And luckily, I did put down a road over here, so this is going to act as a really nice pre-planning location. Ah, yes. You'll love to see it. It's so great. So great. How much are these? 500? I want to make more money, though. I really want to make more money before anything else. Because the schnapps is going to be the one that gets us there. Please change all the skins. And then, obviously, when we build the church up, that'll be really great. 25 bricks for that. But we do need to increase their population size just naturally. Yeah, we won't be able to provide them with the beer. Yeah. I think what we need to do first is we need to get these guys to a point of, like, having at least 1,000 right over here. Because the maintenance cost is kind of debilitating. And, you know, royal taxes is just going to hit us in the you-know-what very, very quickly. So... nevertheless, it is going to be a hell of a time. I want to get all these blueprints out of here, man. Okay, so we technically have our port town completely built up. And I'm noticing that some of them don't have all of their happiness needs required. So, you know what's really great? You can just put a pub right on the other side of the street. Even though these guys...
Could be worse.
These guys are fine, so... no, this can't go here. I was gonna put the pub on the other side of the church just for the memes, but that's not gonna work. And you can come over here because the more money we can get from these people, the better right now. Yeah, build that up. We're getting our first bricks out here, which is fantastic as well. New buildings have been unlocked. Still no police station, so we can justify the mass amount of, you know, labor pool going towards, or the amount of work that they're putting into getting some timber for us. What does this dude want?
Will you, boss?
You talk about the punch club? Oh, we got another punch club issue?
For us?
Where are they fighting? Oh, right here? Alright, dude. I think I got a good one. They're both flying. Nice.
Sure. A promise kept.
My guy gave me artillery. Well, I love it. I love it. Okay, I can build up some initial harbor defenses to keep myself safe. That's a real one right there. That's a real one. What are we talking?
I know you're busy, but I've a favor to ask.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so silos now. That's definitely what we need to do. Silos for sure. And we are definitely working on that because we need to at least get these guys optimized a little bit further. We don't have... It's I think it's 20.
Nice day for it.
No, it's 10. Yeah, it's 10. Okay, we have 2 of those active. I'd like to get 2 more of the brick factories going. Oh, that's perfect positioning. Yeah, let's get as many of these as we can going, because then we'll be able to increase the amount of bricks coming out, and that'll allow us to, A, build more of the buildings here, B, at least get this thing built up so they become happier. And they give us a okay-ish amount of money for this, right? Or is it just happiness? It might be just happiness with them, but they're already pretty freaking happy. Plus 13 is eh. Are we doing the schnapps? Schnapps look good. 1 pound fish needs some help. Okay. Get over here. I'm just curious. You will indeed make it. Okay, cool. build on this side first.
I feel it reflects the times.
Oh, great. Him. I was hoping to go through one episode and not have to deal with him. Oh, if only you could just turn him off, you know?
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in our broadsheet.
Can I throw him off a cliff? Is that possible? Are we really going to miss this man? But he's doing us a solid here. So plus 10 happiness just by default, and then riot chance minus 50%. Love to see it.
Changes? Really?
Oh, you're good. For once. For once, you're good. Don't test me. And these guys also to workers would be phenomenal. Okay, let's get their skins all into the Eldritch theme. Wait, is there a better one than this that would fit Eldritch a little bit more? I have a feeling this one might be better. Yeah, I have a feeling that one's going to be better. And then I forgot to change out the pub skins, so I'm going to change that one out and change this one out. I have a feeling the colorful ones may not be the right one. We could just make them all into pirate shacks. You know what? Screw it. We're going to... All of our workers... I'm sorry. All of our farmers are going to be pirates. That's how we're doing it here. That's how we're going to roll. We're going to have fun with it, right? Games are meant to have fun with. You're not supposed to take everything seriously. There we go. Let's get another one of those out there, which would result in having another Schnapps distillery. I have a feeling like fire chance over here doesn't seem to be too bad. It seems to be okay. 12 bricks so far, looking good. We need to get up to at least 25. So I'm going to fast forward it just a little bit. And then as far as their other chains are concerned, we need to start working on getting the grain farms out here. So let's start with that before the piggies. And I know it sounds very weird, but I tend to like doing this first and foremost. Getting the grain farms done, and then we can worry about everything else later. I'm going to use the shift tactic for this one. Yeah. It's not looking too bad. No. Don't copy the warehouse. Don't copy the warehouse. Thank you. Yep. Build that there. 2, 3, and 4. Let's go for another one. Let's go for 5. Go for 5. Yeah. That should be fine. Just because I am crazy, I'm going to do this. Absolutely serves no purpose, but later on, if we get some tractors here, that'll be fantastic. Okay, build up the warehouse. We'll have to get another one probably down here at some point, but we'll worry about the first ones over here. This is gonna be loud. I'm going back. Ow. Okay, start getting some grain for us, and then once we have built up the church, then we will use the first grain to work on these silos over here. Or once we have them built up. We need, what, 5? 5 more bricks. Yes. Can we get 5 more bricks out here? Why don't I just get all the freaking clay pits? Why does it say church when I clicked on the clay pit? Was that just me that saw that? I think it was just me. I might be losing it. Totally viable. There's that one. And then the last one is where exactly? Right over here? Its maintenance cost is only 10, so I'm not really that worried about it. Build another warehouse here next to it. And that means we can have 2 more of these easily right back here. And then even pre-planning an additional set would be fine. But again, more than likely overkill. So I want to make sure we do have enough bricks out here. Bricks and obviously population. So... these guys and these guys, that'll be fantastic. Thank you. And in a hot minute, we will be able, or like 1 second, really, we'll be able to build up the church, and they'll be even happier. Look at that nice green smile. Love it, man. Start off with a challenge. Whoa, my mouse just went crazy. Okay, let's build up the church. 3, 2, 1. This entire run is ordained. They're not going to give us money for it, right? Yeah, it's just straight up happiness. Okay, well, we take those. I'm going to put the old church skin down for it. And I think this is a really good stopping point for our first episode. Yeah, we got the settlement built up. We have our initial stuff going. Our maintenance is meh. It ain't great, but it's not terrible. Making a little bit of money, so I'm happy to see that. We have to really get more people here and just build up on our workforce as much as possible. So that means we're going to have to increase the amount of schnapps production coming out, guaranteed. And get to the artisans as quickly as possible so we can start making all the stuff we need for the docklands and start trading a lot of good stuff. A lot of mass producing over here. Need to also get some ships, sell those off, make some additional money. That's probably going to be our passive money maker, kind of. It's slow, but we can do it. And yeah, we'll probably put it in the back there where those lumberjack huts are. But until next time, my friends, thank you so much. Please consider like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button, sharing it with your friends. And I'll catch you in the next episode, my Rantians.